Hello guys, in this lesson I will show you how to make pivot tables. Excel pivot tables are the most powerful feature in Excel to summarize a data or dataset. They are very easy to move and that's why they are called the pivot tables. If you want quickly to create a report for the end user consumption and to slice and dice data quickly, and then the pivot table is the way to go. They are simple, quick to make, they are flexible, they have good filtering possibilities, you can refresh them easily and they are accurate. So let's insert the pivot table now. Here I have the Excel table, some data set. I have by dates the sales of the chocolate products, by two distribution channels, and I have the prices, and at the end I have the contribution from selling these different products. Let's insert a pivot table on this table. When you want to do that, you will put your cursor on the table that you want to use as a source for the pivot table, and then you will go to Insert and Pivot Table. Or if you prefer the shortcuts, you will click on the Alt and V, and you will have this pivot table window here. Then you can make choices, either existing worksheet, and then you will select the location for that, or the new worksheet, and then click OK. This is our empty pivot table now, and we have the pivot table fields, and we can drag and drop different fields to the areas that we want to see them. Like when you're building a pivot table, always keep in mind what you want to see there. So envision it. Like we have the data set here, and sometimes we have much bigger and complicated data sets. So we have in mind what we want to analyze, what we want to summarize there. Like in this case, I want to see assortment in the rows area, and I want to see the contribution in the values area. So I will drag and drop these fields in these areas. In the filters, let's put the date, and let's keep columns empty for some time. Well, we have the pivot table already, and we see the contribution by different products. Well, it's good to format it like the numbers. I don't want to see these many decimals there. You can always format it like we format the Excel numbers, but then whenever you refresh it or make changes, you have to reformat it. So it's better to format it from the pivot table fields, and once you do that and this field stays in this area, the formatting stays as well. So it is one-off exercise. We will click on the drop down and then value field settings. Like if it happens that instead of sum we have average, or you want to average or other functions here, then you can change it here as well. In this case we want the sum, and we just want to format the number. So let's click on the number format, click on the number. If you want the currency or other formatting, it is also done from here. But let's keep on the number. I don't want the decimal places, and I want to use the separator. So OK and OK, and we have formatted the numbers. Now let's say if you want to add more fields there. Like if I want to add assortment here, and you can always make changes, like you want to see assortment and then the channels or whatever. It is like very easy to move and change it. Or we can put the channel in columns, and then we will see them there. Let's move it back in rows, and I will show how to change the layout. Well, first the pivot table fields. Like when we are outside of the pivot table, it disappears. When we click inside the pivot table, it comes back. If you don't want to see them, we can close it, and then it does not come automatically here. And if you want to see it back, you will right click and field settings, sorry, not field settings, show fields list, and it will be back. Or you can go to the tabs By the way, these tabs, pivot table, analyze and design, we will have it when we create the pivot table. So on the pivot table analyze tabs, we have this field list on off, and we have some other bunch of options here to work on the pivot tables. Like if you don't want to see these extension buttons here, then you will click here, you will remove or you will add it back. Well, it starts with the name, and it's a good practice to give the pivot table a name, because when you have several ones and you are using them as a source, you can easily identify rather than pivot table 1, 2, 3, and so on. Like we're giving names to tables. So we gave a name, and the next step, like change source data, it is quite important as well. Like in this case, this data set was located in the same file, but if you want to double check with which one is the source data, or if you want to make changes there, you will click there and you will see, like in this case, it shows that this is our source data. And if you want to change it, you will click it here and select another source. So it is quite easy as well. And other possibilities here, if you want to move it to another sheet or to another place, it can be done here. Or if you want to select the pivot table, like select the entire pivot table and then Control C, and then we can Control V, and we have the second one, and like the changes that we want, you can make here. So we have two different layouts of the pivot tables. So it is quite easy to copy paste them, and you don't have to insert it again, just the one that you have, reuse it. Let's copy paste and then put fields in different areas or use other fields. Like, well, let's change the layout of this if you want, and that can be done from the design tab. Like quite often pivot tables are used as well as a source data for the BI tools, and for that it's good if the pivot tables already have the tabular data set shape. For that, we can go to the Design tab, Report Layout, and show in tabular form. And see, it's in a tabular form now. The channel and assortment, they have its dedicated columns. They are columnar now. And also, we can put this online and the shops, fill them down like we do in BI tools, but we can do it directly from here as well. It is from the same place. Report layout and repeat all items down, and like we can remove the grand totals and subtotals if you don't want, and now it looks like a clean columnar tabular data set that can be easily used as a source data for the Power BI, for example. Well, the refresh, whenever the changes are made in the source, like if the prices were changed or the names of the products and so on, you will change the source data, and then quite easily you will update the pivot table. When you are in the pivot table, the right click and refresh, and it will be updated. So it is a quite efficient way of working. And also, if you want to filter it, it has all the filters here. So we can make all the filtering changes here by product and so on. Only one product if you want to see. Put it back. Or if you want these numbers, these contribution numbers, to be in an ascending or descending way, we can do it here as well. We can sort it directly, but let's go to the more sort options. Then we can choose the column that we want to sort. Like let's select descending and select by the contribution. Let's do it again. More options. because I have two fields there, and sometimes, well, even, yeah, it's correct now. So the highest contribution product is at the beginning. So these changes can be made. Click on the arrow there and more sort options, and you will see. You will choose descending or ascending. Well, so we learned how efficient pivot tables are, how quick they are to make. Just insert pivot table by clicking Alt N plus V, and you have it. And then drag and drop different fields to the areas that you want to see them. In the next lesson, I will show you how to build the pivot charts. And they are working in the same way. And let's insert some slicers as well. That was all for this lesson. Hope it was informative, and thanks for watching.